Well, the debt problem in US is at a record pace and the US Federal Reserve is facing a growing challenge by the day. In this next report, we explain exactly the debt spiral and why the pace of borrowing is accelerating faster than ever.
America's total gross national debt stands at a record $39.39 trillion currently. That's up $2.81 trillion in just 1 year. That's roughly $7.71 billion added every single day. Here's the part that should worry Washington more than the headline number: the cost of servicing that record debt. Net interest payments have ballooned from $345 billion in fiscal 2020 to over $1 trillion now. That is a 190% jump in 6 years. Interest payments already exceed what America spends on Medicare and Medicaid combined, trailing only Social Security. As a share of GDP, interest costs have surged from 1.6% in 2021 to a record 3.2% in 2025. And CBO projects that climbing to 4.6% by 2036. So that suggests interest alone would consume 1/4 of all federal revenue by then versus 1/5 today. The math is simple and brutal. Debt is compounding faster than the economy that's supposed to service it. The new tax and spending law signed on July 4th is projected to add nearly $6.9 trillion to the debt over the coming decade. Tariff revenue has jumped 220% year-on-year to $190 billion, but it still hasn't closed the gap. So, who's buying the ocean of treasury paper? Increasingly, not central banks. A record 45% of central banks now plan to raise gold reserves in 2026, the highest share since the World Gold Council survey began in 2018. 74% expect a moderate to significant drop in their dollar holdings. BRICS Plus nations now hold 17.4% of global gold reserves, that's up from 11.2% in 2019. That is a direct hedge against dollar dependence. This leaves one buyer of last resort standing: the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. When foreign official demand fades and deficits keep widening, monetization becomes the default mechanism and not fiscal discipline. That's the story markets are quietly pricing into gold, not politicians. Business Bureau, WION World is One.